Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Overtime Champions playoff game between UTA Jaeger and Yurp Squad. Both these teams have had a pretty contentious season so far, and they're looking ready. They're looking to get started into this playoff bracket. My name is Bryce T. I'll be your color caster, and joining me today is Swan for play-by-play. Swan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Had a pretty fantastic day so far. It makes it even better that we're going to be seeing some prime Overwatch here.
Oh yeah, these two teams are definitely showing coming out with their strongest hands first. We've seen plenty of strong plays by both these teams, pretty much running a little bit different comps. We're seeing Dive on the UTA side, which is a little interesting. I'm excited to see that. But we're also seeing sort of a mixed Dive on Yurp Squad side.
Yeah, Yurp Squad. They're electing to run a Reinhardt here, which could help them when it comes to shatters. But you can see both teams are running a Zenyatta, so that Transcendence could come in a lot, especially with the shatter if the Zen manages to stay alive.
Exactly, and
you get all the oncoming damage coming in.
It's interesting because we're seeing Biso on that Pharah, which can be really a real pain in the butt. But Flaming God, sorry. On that on that Widowmaker is going to be just hoping that they can shut them down. Otherwise, that Pharah is just going to run rampant on Oasis, which, but we're seeing UTA already diving point as Yurp Squad's kind of poking them, but UTA is on high ground as this fight already starts off the Discord on Ramen.
Yeah, Ramen just trying to find a little area to try to spam some damage into, but Jax Acer, he's the first one to fall in this match actually. Wumi's actually the rest of UTA, they're getting beaten down pretty hard, and it looks like I forgot the name. My bad. It looks like Yurp Squad is going to be capturing the point.
Yeah, it was an important move by Jax right there. He dove, but he didn't seem to have the rest of his team behind him, so he wasn't able to really go after the rest of the snipers, or sorry, the rest of the healers.
So you can see Potle, he was able to get a lot of ult charge. He's almost close to his Transcendence, which they could probably use aggressively in this fight, to be honest.
Enemies detected.
It definitely has. Both teams are getting ready. Not many ult builds, but Potle is already almost has their Transcendence. They're probably going to be using that in response to any ults that the Yurp Squad throws at him.
I'm going to see Ramen falling first, but UTA is going to respond and killing Slimy and demeching Pele here. And it looks like Yurp Squad is going in trying to salvage this. Tempest is really low, but he gets taken out eventually. And Wumi is able to get his mech back just in time, but not in time to save his Widowmaker, Flaming Gods, who falls right after. And it looks like Jax, he's gonna pop his Primal Rage. He's gonna go all around the point, just trying to salvage this for them. But it's already a lost fight. They lost their Diva. They lost Ramen twice in that fight, actually. So
that's gonna leave him staggered too.
Yeah, not much that they could do there. But they're able to get 3 ultimates on the ready. Actually, they got the Diva Bomb, they got the Barrage, and the Valkyrie on ready, and they seem to switch to the Brigitte.
But look at the ult economy on Yurp Squad. They have all 6 ults going into this next fight, 80% in their favor. It's gonna come down to UTA getting 2 kills, the kills that they need and the picks that they can. But Valk has popped early into this fight from Matt.
A whole bunch of ultimates being used, the Diva Bomb going in, and also a bomb from Pepto. We didn't get anything, but it was able to force out a whole bunch of ultimates. Both Transcendents used on both teams. A whole bunch of ultimates being used. Biso just trying to use his own barrage into that. Doesn't get anything with that. Doesn't look like it. It looks like a Temp uses Earth Shatter, but it got nothing actually, and he gets taken out right after. Kevin going in for the resurrection. He's able to get it off. And Jax and Wumi, only one left on point along with Potle. He's just trying to salvage this for UTA. And it looks like both Reinhardts are going to fall actually. Pele gets demech, but he's able to take out Potle. And Wumi falls right after. And it looks like UTA isn't going to get on point to contest any longer.
They really came up and pushed their ults where they needed to. Womi throwing down that self-destruct really knocked what's their name? Kevin Supreme out of that Valkyrie, which was really a heavy loss for UTA. They didn't have that consistent healing that was constantly around them. Wasn't able to really heal much. Only with a Zenyatta against a 6 stack is just not enough to heal. But the rest of their ults, they managed to combo together and was really effective in holding that. And they just barely held on 2-1 against a zero suit diva. As long as you can just get in with range. But we're not seeing much of a comp change going into this next fight. We're seeing Flaming God back on the Widowmaker because hoping that Biso is on that Pharah. It's going to be a pretty tough game for both those Pharahs. And we're seeing Jax taking the high ground.
Yeah, it looks like UTA is electing to go on to the full high ground control right here. We can see a lone Tracer in the back, Pepto, just trying to cause some pressure onto Flaming Gods. He's joined by Pele's here, but Matt comes in and try to get him out of there. He's able to get out with almost all of his health, actually, but doesn't even matter. It looks like Jax is taken out and Flaming God right after. So UTA is definitely going to have to fall back here.
And, we're seeing a much smarter push by UTA here. The tanks both dove together and knocked out knocked out Yurp's Zenyatta and really, again, left them with only one healer to take the rest of the team. And with Ramen up in the air, really uncontested from Yurp squad, they really don't have a response to that other than the Diva, which, it can be a response, but you're having the Diva focus on that, and
you can see Ramen, he's just trying to separate the team as much as he can from the air as far, and it looks like the only response is Slimy trying to contest him, but he gets dove down by Jax and Matt and Ramen all at the same time. A Diva Bomb comes out trying to get something. Woomy, he doesn't get anything. Pepto falls alongside Ramen and Jax, so this could be interesting coming up. A Diva Bomb coming in from Pele, it doesn't get anything either, actually. And a big barrage coming in from Ramen. He's able to get both of the supports of UTA, and they're gonna fall back.
Biso with the justice from above. Not a cloud in the sky on Oasis, but still, nonetheless.
Thanks. Put it on my tab.
We're seeing Flaming God switching off of the Widow onto the McCree. Definitely a more, a smarter choice. He's playing with the rest of his team. Widow is good if you have, the ability to sort of play by yourself, but UTA is really capitalizing on staying together. But again, 4 ults on Yurp squad side and only support ults on UTA side, so they're really gonna have to build up that Deadeye and that barrage. Other than that Primal Rage coming in soon, as it's a battle for the high ground. As Biso is knocked early.
Yeah, Ramen falls and the rest of UTA is going in trying to contest the high ground. Flaming God having a lot of damage pumped onto him, but it gets healed up. But Jaxer, he's getting a lot of damage pumped into him. He's able to pop the Primal Rage. He goes in and kills Pele as he was demeched and getting Tempest out. And they're able to capture the point again.
46-52, so it's pretty even about. It'll be just about the same the moment that Yurp squad gets ready to push this. But again, they still held on to their ults. It was a smart hold by them. They didn't waste ults where they didn't have to. But they did give UTA the ability to build up some more ults as Womi has that self-destruct. Matt popped that Valk, but now Flaming God is about 60% to his Deadeye, so it's going to come down to Trans is popped early into this fight.
Yeah, totally. Oh, that feels bad. Tempest trying to use the Earth Shadow, but he gets killed midway, so he will lose that. And the Valkyrie from Kevin Supreme gets taken out too. Both Yurp squad ultimates being wasted there, and they didn't even get much from it. They didn't even bait out any ultimates except for Potele's Transcendence. Which again, there's... Yeah, it might come in handy in this next fight, but that might not even matter because Wumi has the Diva Bomb. Never mind. Just I was about to say the High Noon from Flaming Gold and Ramen's barrage. Oh my God, Ramen falls too alongside with Flaming God. Flaming God, he pulls out. And a weird ult exchange from Bisto and Flaming God. They both get taken out as the fight breaks out on point. And Diva Bomb comes in from Pele. It doesn't get anything. It looks like it might be just so he can get a remake. Meanwhile, Primal Rage from Jaxer, he's able to get Slimy and Pepto out. And they're gonna elect to fight him and not even get on point. So it'd be 1-1.
1-1 going into Oasis' third point. I gotta say, I'm liking what I'm seeing from UTA here, holding both of those. Sorry, holding that last point. We were talking about ult economy, but I gotta say, Flaming God knocking out Tempest's Earthshatter. Right as that hammer was coming down, he threw that flashbang and knocked him out, and Kevin Supreme out of that Valkyrie. They had ult advantage, and they lost 2 with the span of, what, 2 or 3 seconds?
2 seconds, yeah.
And
That was
No
really
one-
poor on the side of Yurp squad.
yeah, but you know, you can only communicate so well when you're going up against a team who's a little bit more, well, you know, a little bit better suited and going up against these comps. So we're seeing more of a brawling comp from UTA, you know, a comp that's really popular with this meta. Not much of a change on Yurp squad side, so we might be seeing a Dragon Surge in UTA's favor.
Slimy, he gets taken out instantly, but looks like Matt Loze, he's gonna take it out also, but Slimy, he gets resurrected back up by Kevin Supreme, but the tanks are really low on the side of Yurp squad. Pele here, he gets demeched, and Jax, he gets taken out alongside Pole and Ramen, so this might have to be a retreat for the side of UTA, as both Woomy and Flaming God fall.
Yeah, unfortunately, early into that fight, both of their healers were knocked out. Even though Slimy was knocked out, you know, right at the beginning of that exchange, UTA was going in with really only a Brig and two tanks, and just not enough passive healing, even with her swinging her rocket flail around.
Looks like we're gonna see a switch. Ramen on the Brigida instead of Flaming God, and Flaming God goes to the McCree. Let's see how it can do.
But interesting to see, especially when Rumi gets his graviton, to see who will be able to combo with that.
You said Pole fall. Oh, and the Resurrect comes in barely as
shatter.
Jax gets a big shatter onto Pele and Kevin, but he falls right after, leaving only 2 supports on the side of UTA, so not much value done there. Actually, it's just a support battle, actually. It looks like they're gonna fall back as Pepto, he's gonna get resurrected.
Tracer's going to be harassing on them a little bit more, forcing those healers back. But now we see UTA gearing up for this next fight. 50% in Yurp squad's favor, so it's going to come down to, you know, this next push by UTA. You're seeing Earthshatter and Trans on Yurp squad side, so that's going to come out in this battle, I can guarantee it.
We can see Bizo, he's just trying to put a lot of damage onto the backline, and it worked as the Reinhardt falls allows Tempest to go in with a big shatter and a big bomb coming in from Pele here, as he's able to get 3 with that.
Tempest, my boy! The 900 IQ play from the Reinhardt there, knocking out UTA's shield, leaving them wide open for that Earthshatter, and just all Pele had to do was just press W and then Q, and then boom. 3-piece, battle won, 90% onto this push.
Let's see how Jax can do. Actually, he's able to take out Tempest, so he's gonna go ham on the rest of Yurp squad. So Besto isn't gonna go out without a fight. He's able to go out with the barrage. He's able to take out McCree and Zenyatta, but he gets taken out right after. So kind of a waste of an ult, but it looks like he might be no, he's not switching it up actually. He's gonna stay on the far, and they're still gonna fight this actually. Tempest going in, trying to get the charge onto Jax, but Jax with the counter charge, he takes him off the map, both of them. So both teams are out of Radhearts, and a big Graviton getting 3 members of it, and Slimy is a little too late to save his Diva, but he's able to save the rest of his team, his Mercy especially, but looks like Biso is gonna fall down, just trying to find his way back up, but it seems a little too late, as both the Mercy and the Chaser fall.
I mean, you saw the capture percentage there. It was about 90% in Yurp squad's favor. But again, they're in a good spot right now. 99%. They just got to build up their ults again. The only thing that they're really going up against is Potle with that Trans. Woomy has been a little bit slow to build up that Graviton, so I don't think they're going to have much of a problem with it unless he can turn that around and build up charge faster.
We saw a big shatter from Tempest earlier. Let's see how Jax can do with his shatter, alongside with the Deadeye that they have too. You can see, oh, and a block shatter from Tempest, but he falls right after Kevin Supreme going in for trying to keep his Diva alive. And it looks like Transcendence coming in from Potle, as Bizo is just trying to put a lot of damage onto them, onto UTA. Pepto and Bizo just in the backline trying to cause as much pressure as they can, but it doesn't even matter.
Again, pushing them off that point. You know, I'm not sure if that was a misclick on UTA side, because both support ops were popped pretty much simultaneously. Matt popped his his Guardian Angel the second that he got it, and then that left Potlay to pop Trans. Not sure if he was being pressured or not, but as I was saying before, Yurp Squad heavily in economy favor.
Oh,
no!
Pepto going in the back line, getting the big bomb onto the Zenyatta, and both tank ults being used on point, taking out all of UTA, and Yurp Squad is gonna flip the point and win the map.
And that was Pele running up to Flaming God and eating up that Deadeye, just insult injury end of the map. But you saw Pele popping that self-destruct, and then Biso running around to the back and popping raining some justice down, trying to get the people who were getting out of the shade.
Oh, this is the big shatter.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to see this one again. Hey, you see, the second that Reinhardt went down, that left him perfect. Oh.
That was nice. It kind of worked against UTA, sadly, because they, like you said, they popped both support ultimates, and that was the fight before the final fight. So they're at a severe disadvantage coming to that, especially since Pepto, he was able to get the stick onto the enemy's Zenyatta, and he didn't have his Transcendence up, so he just died instantly. And then right after the Mercy falls, then everyone falls from the shatter, and they lose the map right there.
But, it was a pretty close map on the second one. The first point really seemed to go in favor of Yurp Squad, and UTA was really kind of scrambling to find a response to it. But the second that next map came around, the momentum seemed to shift into UTA's favor. But again, they held on to it for as long as they could, and it inevitably went back to Yurp Squad. They were being able to build up their ults more efficiently. Woomy was a smart pick to switch to the I'm blanking on her name, the Zarya, sorry. But she wasn't able to really build up that graviton. We only saw it once into that fight. And we're just going to be getting
into the next map. What helped UTA a lot in the second map was their big control of the high ground. They had very mobile tanks, very mobile DPS, and they're able to control the high ground very dominantly. That they're able to just poke down the members of Yurp Squad and jump on anyone who was really weak.
Exactly,
and we can see their high ground advantage coming into this next map, which is Dorado.
This is a map that UTA is picking. So, we're hoping to see, some fire in their belly to take this win. Because right now the game is series is 1-0 in favor of Yurp Squad. Very extremely early to tell. We can't tell how warmed up these teams are, how ready they are for this fight. It is a little bit late depending on where you're watching this or playing from. But again, we're seeing UTA running that, again, very meta comp, still in the season 10 meta, with the double snipers, especially with the Zen and the Zen and Mercy, and then the Reinen and Zarya. It's a really brawl heavy comp. You can have your snipers sort of floating back and forth. Really, only the Hanzo really needs to protect or stay a little bit closer because he's not as mobile as that Widowmaker. But again, Ramen and Woomy, those are going to be two people that you're going to want to be looking out for, because the second one of them gets their ult, they're going to be looking for the other one. They're going to be trying to check, okay, does Ramen have his dragons? No. Okay, then I'm going to wait. If it's a long time, then I'm just going to pop it. Maybe Jax can get an opportunity to swing his hammer into that collection of targets for his hammer. If not, he's just going to call out that grab. And if Biso doesn't have that trans, not much they're going to be able to do about that, and that's going to put an end to that push. But we're seeing Biso actually switching off of the Widowmaker, or sorry, not the Widowmaker, the Pharah, and we're seeing Yurp Squad only running one healer, which is a little interesting in my opinion, especially with, Mercy has pretty active...
healer.
Yeah. She has direct healing and, quick healing, but again, if you're seeing I'm sorry, I am...
I was waiting till you noticed it. Well, anyway, we're gonna go into this map. We're gonna see the Widow battle coming in. Flaming God and Slimy, both on the Widowmakers, both of them trying to find each other. Flaming God is the first one to find Slimy. He's able to take him out, so it looks like he's gonna go in and get the back line. He's able to get Beast, he's able to fall right after and just put a lot of pressure onto the shield and the body of Tempest.
Flanking Widow is the new meta, don't you know?
Oh, speaking of flanking, you see Pepto going in, trying to contest Flaming God. He gets taken out. Oh. So, it looks like they're going to push up on this.
And Yurp has
UTA is going on the rotation.
Yurp has the spawn advantage here, so it's really, you know, UTA is down 1. They're really going to have to contest this choke.
Yeah, Reinhardt is really good at contesting this choke real good. As you can see, Jax is trying to assert his dominance here, just trying to swing his hammer all around. But in the backline, Pepto is trying to put a lot of pressure onto the Hanzo and the Zenyatta, but she is being forced back.
That's
and it gives enough time for Flaming God to come in. Yeah, to start the Widow battle. And we can see another battle going on over here. Ramen trying to take on Pepto. But it looks like nothing's going to happen as Pepto falls back to retreat with his team. It looks like a Pulse Bomb comes in trying to get Ramen. But it doesn't get him. But Slimy, he's able to get Pole. Oh.
Oh, but no dragons.
No dragons, but is able to get Jax a whole bunch of ult charge for his hammer that could come in useful. Flaming God, he's able to take out Slimy alongside with other members of Yurp squad falling. So they're gonna have to fall back.
And now we're seeing infrared sight being popped. Oh no!
Nasty shot! Flaming God, what are you doing?
Please, he has a family!
Well, looks like they're gonna go in and contest him as he just... Oh my god, that was a nutty shot.
Now we're seeing, okay, you know, Boomy stepping up, 50% back to their ult charge after that last fight.
So you can see both teams farming out ultimates, but it looks like Tempest is the first to use his. But Pole, he uses his Transcendence to keep his Reinhardt alive. And the Diva Bomb doesn't get anything. It actually gives Boomy ult charge. A whole bunch of ultimates being used as Ramen throws his ultimate into the mix.
Oh.
Take out Beanstalk and Kevin Supreme, so both. Oh.
Okay, wow.
Big bomb coming in from Pepto too, taking on the Zenyatta. So both Zenyatas are out, but UTA has a sort of advantage as they still have the Mercy up. But a big snipe from Slimy Serpent is able to take out Flaming God and leaving Matt and Woomy the only ones left on point. As, it looks like Matt gets taken out.
Pepto was just peppering him. Wasn't giving him the opportunity to heal him. Having a game, Pepto.
I know, right? Looks like Jax is trying to contest this point actually. He's the only one trying to contest it though, sadly. So looks like he's gonna take it out pretty soon.
Pele separated Pole from the rest of his team. Just wasn't letting him get that health kit. Just shut him down. But now 3 minutes to get to this long stretch of a hallway. Definitely a good spot for both Flaming God and Slimy Serpent. So we're going to see a lot more Widow battles. I'm much more excited than I normally am to see Widow battles.
Well, Widow battles are exciting. And it looks like both Widows are so close to their walls. So this could be interesting coming up. And it looks like Pele and Pepto going in trying to contest the high ground, but Pepto, he gets taken out by Ramen, who is also up there. It gives room for Flame God to come back up and trying to look for Slimy, going in for the big snipe. Oh, but he gets taken out by Biso, another sniper. An unexpected sniper, actually.
Slimy calling in support.
And it looks like Pele, he's able to get D-Max and a big shatter coming in from Jax. He's able to get 3 in it. And a bomb coming in, but doesn't do much as Jax just kills everything on the payload, except for Pepto.
Ooh, but Tempest knocking him out.
Oh. It looks like Ramen's trying to contest Pepto, but Pepto is able to get away, kind of unscathed, but it doesn't even matter. He's not close to his pulse bomb, so he can't go in for. Oh. Speaking of big plays, Slimy Serpent going in, getting the snipe on the Flaming God. And it looks like Yurp squad is going to push in on this. Slimy Serpent getting another pick onto Matt. And Jax falling right after.
That is a healthy Yurp squad kill feed right there. Pepto really living up to the Jaeger in UTA Jaeger's name, hunting in that backline, and his prey is Potle and Matlos.
Yeah, unfortunate for UTA. We could see Pepto. He was after. Oh, what a shot from Flaming God. But it looks like Simon is going to get resurrected back up. Meanwhile, Pepto, he has his pulse bomb ready. He's just trying to find a target to use it on. He's eyeing Flaming God, but looks like he's going to find a bigger target, but he misses the pulse bomb. But a bigger bomb coming in. He's able to get 3 with it. Pele with the 3K Diva bomb.
Pele with the hat trick right there, and the fourth 4-piece to clean up.
Coming in from Pele. And Pepto finishing off Jax and Woomy right after.
Oh,
that was a beautiful play from Pele.
but now we're seeing, possible Dragon Surge. They're really holding on.
Oh!
Never mind. There goes that.
The Pole bat falls right after. Flaming God going in trying to contest, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, and the last minute shatter.
Oh my God, this is a fun game.
It's interesting because we're talking about ults here, and Womi and Ramen both had the Dragon Surge capabilities, but didn't see it at all. We saw, Dragons and Graviton at slightly different times, but that entire last push, they had that win condition. They had that, okay, even if Biso pops that trans, as long as you get a damage boost on that Hanzo, you have the win condition. You are out damaging the massive healing output of that trans, but we never saw that from them. UTA is working really well together, but their ults have been pretty sloppy. In contrast to Yurp Squad, where they were able to get that 3-piece with with Pele's self-destruct. And the rest of the team was able to just clean up the rest of it. And then, as long as you got Pepto in the back line, harassing those healers, not giving them the opportunity to take a second and breathe, really putting a lot of pressure on UTA. And it seems like that they're letting that get to them a little bit. They're letting their communication suffer a little bit.
We saw a lot of Simon. He was able to be a big part in that, getting big Widow snipes onto the back line and onto the enemy Widow, allowing Yurp Squad to go in and just take all that space without fear of any long range engagement. So
yeah, and it's really crucial for these Widows to be the first one to get the pick. It's really crucial for Slimy to knock out Flaming and vice versa, because that sets the stage for who's going to have the breathing room in this engagement.
Looks like we're not going to see a sneaky Widow this time. As it looks like Simon, he's set up behind the shield actually, so pretty smart, but he won't be able to get good sight lines.
It's all gonna come down to where Flaming decides to position himself, though.
Flaming is able to get sights on the Pepto, but Pepto is able to get out of there, join up with his team, and UTA is able to push up all the way to the arches.
And not many. No kills really so far into this.
It's just poke so far, but it looks like UTA might have an advantage getting both tanks really low. But it doesn't even matter. Flaming God, he gets the big shot on the Slimy and Bizo. Jax are finishing up his enemy Reinhardt and Kevin falling right after. So UTA will push up on this and capture the first point.
And the second that Slimy went down, that gave Jax the ability to drop his shield, because he wasn't, playing a more defensive Reinhardt to protect the rest of his team. But we're already seeing, oh my goodness! Oh my
God, Flaming! He finally gets taken out, but it doesn't matter. The damage is already done. Jax are taking the advantage from that space. He's able to kill out Tempest, and Flaming God gets resurrected back up so that he can contest.
We're seeing Infrared being popped from Flaming, though. And Valk on UTA side.
And a big shatter that actually gets Woomy in it. But they don't have the resurrect for him. But another big shatter coming up. Jax is able to get Pepto and Pele. demeching and killing him right after. Flaming God, Ramen, both of the snipers just going to work. Kevin Supreme just left up here by his lonesome. How can he get out of this?
No.
Oh, they found him!
Oh no.
Oh, Kevin is just left at the back line, not able to do anything. This could be big.
Oh.
Because UTA could just push on this. Oh, he's able to get back. Thanks to Pepto. And he's able to take out Pole. What
Just
a play.
A little bit of leapfrog. Oh, Pepto with the double.
Oh, Pepto getting Ramen and Slimy taking out Matt right after. So UTA down both supports actually, and Woomy falling alongside Jax.
And both tanks. That is a reset for UTA right there.
Ooh, and they got him right on the arches too. They're gonna have to have a pretty good battle for this high ground actually coming up.
And again, you know, Woomy with 80% on his grab. Ramen with the dragons. It's gonna be, you know, pretty tight there. They're gonna have to watch out for Pele eating that as well as Biso for popping trans.
Pele is just basically pocketing Slimy. He's protecting him as much as he can from the enemy Widowmaker. So, Flaming God, he won't be able to have much value in this fight, but Pepto, he gets a lot of value. He's able to take out Ramen, and Flaming God falls right after. Slimy, he takes out Matt alongside, so it's gonna be big coming up. Diva Bomb coming in from Pele is able to get Woomy as he didn't have his shield. Jax falls alongside too.
But Ramen knocking Slimy out, and you know, Jax was in a pretty unfortunate lose-lose situation there. He either keeps his shield up and takes all the damage and doesn't let it build back up, or he drops his shield, takes the sniper fire, and just swings away with his hammer. But Matt Lowe's was knocked out, leaving Jax essentially without any heals.
Yurp squad, they're only able to use Pepto's bomb only in that fight. Oh, Flaming God getting the shot on the Slimy except
Tempest with the charge.
This is big. Ramen getting the kill on the Tempest, but Jax falls right after, but it might not even matter because Pele gets demech, but Jax gets resurrected back up despite Pepto's pressure. And Jax is going in onto the squishies, just trying to force them off of the payload, but Simon, he takes out Flaming God, so that might be a key opening for them to go in. Tempest is able to get in. Oh, and he gets killed when he uses the shatter! Pepto falls right after, and UTA captures the second checkpoint.
So again, Tempest is not having the good time tonight with that Q. Just keeps getting knocked out of it every single time, almost.
Almost. So we can see, actually Jax, he still has his shatter up. Actually, they have 5 ultimates on the side of UTA. If they can use these sparingly, this could be big. They pop the Graviton and the Dragons.
Yes!
The first time we're seeing it.
Finally!
Oh, big play from Ramen. It looks like the only one left alive is Pepto, just trying to save this, but he falls right after.
Knocked right out, and it's it's gonna give Yurp has the ability. They're not gonna be staggered here. All 5 of them are gonna be coming in as Pepto's.
Oh, Slimy gets the kill on Pole. Pole had the Transcendence, so. Oh, Flaming God falls right after too, and the rest of UTA is just trying to salvage this, but it looks like they might not be able to.
Slimy is in a really good position on this match.
He was able to take out Pole really early in that fight. He had Transcendence, and that could have been big.
That was a huge pick for Yurp squad. UTA was just left in such a bad position without that trans.
It looks like the tables are flipped. Actually, we can see Yurp squad with 5 ultimates. Oh, well, they might even use these ultimates. As Simon gets the big pick on the Flaming God, they don't have to resurrect. And they're just gonna go into 5v6. Just trying to farm up some ultimates.
Yurp squad now has more time in the bank, so all they got to do is just keep running down the clock.
Pepto going in, trying to contest the backline. Oh, and a big shatter coming in from Jax. He's able to get 3 members in it, but the Transcendence comes in, trying to keep his tanks alive. So it looks like Jax is gonna fall right after, alongside Ramen, by the hands of Slimy. Slimy just going off on this point.
Pole was res there. He had his trans. Still keeps holding on to it. I can see It's an important game, you know, match-changing ult, but he's been holding on to it for so long. It's almost been 2 minutes. And especially on this last point.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna be switching up their composition to Brigitte, who gets taken out instantly. Sadly, Mercy falls right after. All the supports, Ramen too, gets taken out, and they're gonna have to fall back if they're gonna have any chance for another push.
And they've been pushed back to the point. 35 seconds going into this last point on Dorado. Yurp Squad's gotta think of a, you know, gotta have a response to Slimy. Flamey switching off of the Widowmaker, not necessarily the choice I would make. He was doing a pretty good job contesting him. Even if he wasn't getting the kills, he was at least distracting him for a little bit. Tempest switching to the Winston might have been in a response to...
Slimy with another 2-piece! 3-piece! Oh my god! 4! Oh my god! Slimy, what are you doing? Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Slimy is able to save this point! It goes into overtime, but doesn't even matter anymore. Yurp Squad goes 2-0 in this series.
Forgetting what I was just saying, Slimy Serpent on the Widowmaker. My goodness! But
oh my god, Slimy. Ah, that's a rob right there. But whatever. Oh my god, Slimy, you're a beast.
My goodness. I personally would have loved to
I have
see
no
that
words. I have no
replay.
words.
It's I'm speechless.
I know, right? The 4-piece coming in from Slimy to save that last point. And it sucked too, because Pole, he had his Transcendence ready. He was able to use it, but he was one of the first people to get taken out through every single fight. So he didn't really have a chance to use it.
Exactly. It's like Yurp Squad knew that he had that trans in his back pocket, and all they had to keep doing was just, I mean, you know, Zenyatta is the squishiest of the squishy. Even you know, I don't even think you need a fully charged Widow shot to take him out. So it was incredibly smart from Slimy to stay on that Widowmaker and to keep knocking him out of the fight.
Yeah, what really hurt UTA was Flaming God. He switched off of the Widowmaker, he wasn't getting, like you said, he wasn't getting kills as much as Slimy, but he was able to contest Slimy enough so that the rest of his team could go in and get kills on Yurp Squad.
Exactly. I was excited for a moment.
Oh my god. I have no words.
I mean, I have this conversation a lot, especially in the caster's box. It's a popular map. It's a good map. It's, you know, good for a reason. But it's every single game, it feels like.
Well, King's Row, a very popular map, so I wouldn't be surprised if no one picked it.
It's a day, you know, you're excited to see it picked, but not as excited as when you see it not get picked. It's almost a wonder why a lot of teams don't ban it right off the map, just right off right off the bat, not map. Sorry.
Like a love-hate relationship.
Exactly. It's homely. It's homely, but you like trying something new. It's like going to the new Mexican restaurant down the street. You like Chipotle, but maybe you want to try Taco Time. You know.
Okay, I've never heard that analogy get used before.
Switch things up. I like Mexican food. I like Chipotle. I like seeing Chipotle on the map on the match because it wants me. My brain wants to say Chipotle. Not sponsored by Chipotle, by the way. Okay.
Well, not yet. You can.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
And get some free Chipotle up in the caster's box.
Hey, I'm all for it. But going into King's Row defense, UTA. I'm excited to see Ramen on the Junkrat.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Ramen on the Junkrat. Oh, this is going to get exciting.
I am a huge fan. I wouldn't necessarily say Junkrat is off meta. He does fit very well into the comp that UTA is running. But on King's Row, you generally do see a lot of double snipers. But seeing Ramen on that Junkrat, I'm excited. I like to see teams switching things up. I like seeing Maze being thrown into the mix.
Yeah, just because you were talking about switching things up. What do we see here? We see a Junkrat.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It's some call it Caster's Curse. I call it
Caster's Blessing.
Yeah, I bless ramen. May he forever be tasty and cheap.
Oh, we're gonna see actually a really meta comp. We're gonna see double sniper coming in from Yurp squad actually. Slimy really popping off on the Widow last map. Let's see if it can look for an opening onto Flaming God, who's by himself actually, so this could be dangerous for him.
He's in a good spot because he has the high ground, so he's gonna be, you know, really uncontested as long as Oh, I stand corrected.
Okay, that's a Caster's Curse right there. Slimy. He was able to get the kill onto Flaming God, so this might be the pick that Yurp squad needs to push up. Slimy is trying to find a pick onto the backline supports, especially as he was popping off earlier. He was able to kill a whole bunch. So Yurp squad, they're forcing him into the hotel.
Yeah, they're pushing him off the point. Oh, and that is a Yurp kill feed.
Oh! It's a Yurp kill feed, but Flaming God throwing in his own kills into there. He's able to take out Slimy and Pepto, so this could be the little juice that they needed to take this point back.
Seeing Jax with the Earth Shatter, hopefully might be seeing it come in if he can, you know, stay up long enough for the rest of his team to come back.
Yeah, it looks like more members of UTA falling. Ramen so close to his Riptire actually, but he gets taken out, so he won't be there. Oh, the big shatter from Jax! He's able to take out Tempest and going after Slimy.
You know, you saw him getting ready for that.
Oh, what a body! What's that body block? Jax, what are you doing?
That's just unfair.
Oh, the Riptire being used after the fight. Oh, and it gets both of the snipers.
Okay, but Yurp squad going in with all 6 ults.
Oh my god.
This is going to be an interesting push. Infrared popped off right off the bat.
Let's see how Flaming God reacts to this actually. He doesn't know where Slimy is, but Slimy knows where Flaming God is, so it looks like they're gonna pop the Dragon Grab combo, but it got eaten actually. Got eaten by Woomy. So the only one affected by that dragon is Ramen sadly, but it gets resurrected back up, and Flaming God gets the shot onto Slimy, and a big shatter coming in from Tempest, so it doesn't even matter. A bomb coming in also is able to take out Pele, and Yurp squad's gonna have to fall back, it looks like it, but they get the resurrect onto Pele, so it looks like they won't have to, going in on this 6v3, actually. 64, my bad. As Flaming God goes in and is trying to get another pick onto Slimy. So let's see how he goes with that. Jax just putting a lot of pressure onto Tempest. Oh, and he gets another shatter! It gets it on Bezo, but Bezo, he pops Transcendence to get back. Slimy, he gets the shot onto Matt. And Pepto following suit with the kill on the Flaming God. So both big key players out. Jax and Ramen get taken out by the grab. So Yurp squad looks like they're ready to capture this point.
They're gonna take it, but they're down to 35 seconds from that. You know, they're gonna get the time boost, but goodness, UTA, was that I'm on the edge of my chair right now. Of how the ult's being popped. Woomy eating the grab. Only the dragons are coming in. My goodness! Please!
Exciting game we have here. And we saw Yurp squad, they barely use any ultimates. Tempest, he was able to use his shatter, but he's already 30% back. Not 70% back, my bad.
And Flaming God has got that high ground on lock.
Yeah, Slimy just trying to contest, trying to kill the backline, but he gets taken out by Ramen, actually. All the bombs going in right into his face, killing him. Flaming God is able to get the kill on Bezo, and Jax gets the charge on the Pele, so that's a fight loss. But Pepto manages to use the ult anyway, gets a kill on Ramen, so they won't have a lot of damage coming in. They push up a little too far, actually. As Jax falls, as his barrier crumbles to shreds.
Jax absorbing not both sets of healing from his healers and was still out damaged by Yurp.
Oh my god. We can see Flaming God, actually. He's being pressured by Pepto. All the storm arrows. Just putting a lot of pressure off of him.
Doesn't have to be playing the Tracer to, you know, get in the backline and harass, especially with Flaming God in the position that he's in this. Oh, Ramen.
We're gonna see big bombs coming in. Woomy with the big bomb on the Tempest, and Vito getting killed by Ramen's Riptire. Tempest is the only one getting resurrected back up, actually. Jax goes in, just trying to put a lot of pressure onto Tempest. But it doesn't matter, because Slimy falls right after. Oh, Ramen!
Ramen!
What are you doing?
Please!
He's able to demech the Diva and kill the Mercy in the tight little corridor. He just lured them in.
60 seconds. Timer just went off. They're about halfway to the next point. I can't say either way. It's just been.
It's anyone's game at this point. It's anyone's map. Oh, Flaming God!
Pepto's back on the Tracer.
Oh, Slimy! What's going on? Oh, big block from Jax.
Oh, that was
ultimates being used.
It's an important block. Potlake got that trans.
It looks like Pepto going in.
Trans.
Oh, both Transcendents being used actually. Pepto, he was able to put a lot of pressure on the Potle, forcing the Transcendents to come out. And Ramen. Oh, Shatter! And Tire going in! Tempest gets taken out by the Tire, but Slimy is still up there trying to make something happen. Both Slimy and Pele. Pele is pretty low. Looks like he might get demexed soon. He will.
Jax was a little too far up, but Flaming God.
Slimy is there to activate the overtime clock. Pepto going in. He avoids the bomb, so he's able to stay alive. But not for long as Ramen goes in with the 1-2 punch. And he doesn't save the Tempest, and Flaming God takes out Kevin Supreme. No one's left to contest.
Whew! Whew, I can finally breathe after that series. Jeez.
Series isn't done yet. We have an attack round left, so don't get too comfortable.
Oh man, preemptive final triple piece by Pele, but fortunately it was just a couple seconds too late. But goodness gracious, UTA, that hold, my goodness.
UTA is coming back. I see it.
Definitely.
This probably could be UTA's map.
Could be. I mean, they did pick it. Would make sense. So, yeah, I mean, a few things to break down from that. Potle popping his trans at, you know, an appropriate time instead of holding on to it for way too long. Definitely utilized it well. Jax, he can be, you know, he's a very aggressive Reinhardt. He's a very aggressive main tank. He likes to be in their faces, likes to be swinging his hammer as much as he can. And that's bit him in the butt a few times. You know, we saw once when they were holding the point, he was extended just a little too far up. In the second, or sorry, not when they were holding the point. Just as the payload got under that archway, he pushed up just a little too far and got stuck. And you know, both of his healers had to come up and heal him. Still wasn't enough, and their main tank went down. Just near the end there again, he tried, you know, it's you know, a Reinhardt seeing a support by themselves is like a dog seeing a bone they can't get.
I'm a main tank myself, so yeah. I can see where Jax is coming from.
Yeah, and again, you know, my experience with main tanks is you guys are very aggressive. You like to be in their faces.
We have a big hammer. It needs to hit things.
He just likes hitting things. I don't blame him. It's fun, but it's working, you know, against him.
Oh! What an early pick.
Simon, I was almost done.
You could have let us finish, Slimy.
You know, too excited to get that pick.
But it looks like they're gonna not even worry about it. They're gonna push in anyway, this 5v6, see if they can make something out of it.
Jax with the counter charge, not letting him. Oh, Slimy.
Oh my god. Yeah, that could have worked against them. It could have been better. Flaming God just trying to find an angle, but he gets taken out by Slimy. Slimy's just been on fire the past two maps.
He has been having a game, let me say.
Both him and Pepto, they're so close to their ultimates actually. as Pepto is just in the back line. Flaming God, he gets a kill on the Slimy, but it gets resurrected back up almost instantly. And Slimy has to get out of there, but looks like Pepto is gonna get the kill on the Flaming God. And what's going on?
Oh. Is Kevin going in for the res? Oh, never mind. He does not. Oh, Pepto!
Oh, Pepto with the big bomb.
Taking out both of UTA's healers. They're going to be in a tight spot here, but Ramen on the Brigida. Interesting pick. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go in and try to create much more space for them. Then Jax, he goes in and get the charge on the Tempest. So that could be big coming in. They don't have a shield to protect him from this big shatter coming in. He's able to get 3 with that. And the only one left is Slimy. He's just trying to salvage this. He gets a mace to the face from Ramen.
Look at the flicker of the wrist. Yeah. Knocking Slimy out of the point. My goodness.
UTA capturing the first point and getting 5 ultimates on the ready to boot.
And 4.5 minutes to push this point just about halfway.
Oh, what a bait from Jax. He's able to get Tempest into that little corridor, kill him instantly. So they're going to go in and try to take advantage of this space.
Well, but Pepto's in the back line, you know, doing what he does best. Oh,
that's dying.
And Woomy said no.
And you see Bezo is kind of stuck in a little position. Diva Bomb being used. Somehow getting Woomy in that. But he'll get resurrected back up. So they'll go in on this 5v6. We can see Slimy just trying to look for an angle, trying to take him out. But Jax is not letting him get any angles. The Graviton comes in and a Transcendence. Flaming God is able to get a kill on Slimy. And Pole, he uses his own Transcendence so that they can push up on this. Bezo and Pepto, only one left. And a big shatter from Jax. He's able to get Pele in it. Doesn't get Pepto, but it looks like Pepto might fall right after. It's the only one left on point. And they're going to push up onto this. And
Kevin
UTA.
with the
Kevin. Trying to save this for... trying to save this for Yurp squad, but UTA wins it anyway.
I want to take back everything I was saying about Kings Row earlier, but again, it's never boring.
No,
yeah,
never boring. It's a good map. Look at this. Some fantastic map, fantastic series so far. 2-1 in favor of Yurp squad, but UTA they won that last map, so.
Definitely, and you know, not only did they win that, in my opinion, they definitely were outplaying Yurp squad.
Dominated.
As a whole, exactly.
Yeah, I think. What's his name? Jax. His aggressiveness as a main tank really helped on Kings Row because Kings Row is a very aggressive map. You have to be really aggressive to get some good sight lines, to get good positioning, and to just get as much use out of your character as possible. Another brawling map too is Volskaya, which will be our next map.
Going into this, you know, UTA is picking up some momentum. You know, I mentioned that earlier on Oasis. They had the momentum on those points, building it up now. They're picking up the speed and pushing forward. Jax, just saying before, is very aggressive as a main tank, and if you have a team that can work well with that, especially Flaming God on that Widowmaker, really complements an aggressive tank because it leaves sort of the front line kind of in a weird spot when it comes to counteracting such a aggressive main tank. Yeah,
but that aggressiveness could also work against them too, because this is a very open map, especially on first point. So if Jax gets caught out of position, barely, he'll get punished severely hard, especially if they're on attack.
But going into this, we're seeing Flaming God not actually playing the Widowmaker, but playing the Junkrat.
They're gonna go for a long-range spammy comp, actually.
I feel like Ramen on the Brigade is a little bit of sort of a compensation for the aggressiveness of Jax. She's a smaller shield. She's a little bit more range, but she has the whip shot. She has the stun. You know, she's a little bit more of a versatile. You know, she's put as a healer, but I like to think of her as pretty much a mix of, you know, healing, tanking, and DPS. Sort of like an all-around.
I just see her as a DPS.
DPS with the, you know, one of the weirdest movesets I've seen in all of Overwatch. We're not seeing much of a comp change on Yurp squad side. They're running sort of a, I'd say a mixed-ish dive with you know, the D.Va and the Tracer.
So you can see they're gonna elect to go with the Widowmaker actually. Slimy. He's been dominating on the Widow, but UTA not so. This could be a problem for them.
I mean, all Flaming God all he has to do is just spam that choke, but they're walking into the right side, right building. Up.
Oh, this might be where UTA wants them actually. And Jackson does go off, but he gets taken out. The rest of his team wasn't there to go up with him. Ramen in the backline, killing Pepto, who was just being sneaky.
Tracers like to sneak. What can I say? Flaming
It
God.
looks like, oh, they're gonna actually get separated. Tempest very low, and he'll get taken out right after. And Riptire coming in is able to get through two with that. So they're gonna have to retreat on that. And Slimy falls right after.
Just in a bad position, had to reset.
Well, it looks like Flaming God. He got his Riptire pretty fast actually, as Yurp squad was just funneled into that little corridor. He was able to get a lot of damage onto them, get him really low, and get his Riptire and take out two people with it. So yeah, it looks like they're gonna go in without a shield. Tempest shields falls, but they're gonna use the D.Va bomb going in, trying to make a play. Oh, and it gets mad. That could be huge. Flaming God falls right after, as he was in a really weird spot. So Yurp squad is gonna go in. They take out Pole alongside, so it looks like it might be a captured point. Ramen popping the rally, but it gets taken out right after by Slimy on the McCree. Woomy tries to make a play. He kills Pele, but doesn't matter because he got taken out right after he threw that bomb.
Oh wow! And again, like bringing up the ult economy like it's going out of style, but mostly, you know, up until Pele popped back into their ult, they had 6 ults. I feel like we need like a little bell to ring anytime that team has 6 ultimates.
Like a ding ding ding.
Time. Yeah.
The fight's beginning.
But again, you know, not much of a change around other than Slimy on the McCree. Oh.
Pepto just trying to go in with the big bomb. Oh, Jax with the sneaky Earth Shatter. He's able to get a Tempest and Pepto in that, and they get taken out right after. But Jax falls, but it doesn't matter because he's so close to his spawn. But he gets resurrected anyway, actually. And Yurp squad just falling back, waiting for the Ryan to join him.
You know, it's an interesting position for Slimy here. You know, this is a bit of a closed-in area, so it's a lot easier to, you know, get out of the way of that Deadeye. And he might even be
Riptire from Flaming Gods, actually. He's just gonna wait until anyone comes in. He's able to get Slimy with that, actually. So Slimy gets taken out, so one of their key DPS is out for the moment, so they're gonna have to wait for him.
And they don't have spawn advantage. Oh,
Pepto in the back, just trying to cause a ruckus.
It's really giving Matt a run for his money.
The Valkyrie gets popped by Kevin, who's going in. As the rest of his team goes in, Matt pops his Valkyrie alongside to keep Pole alive. Pole is able to get the D-Mech onto Pele and kill Tempest alongside. Bezo falls right after to the hands of Pole, so Pole just, with the big 3-piece on this, he's able to save the point.
Oh, but Bezo's being rezzed, so you know that's interesting, and he does have his trans, so they might be. They're either gonna have to use that to push on or in a response. They have just over 3.5 minutes, so they don't really need to be they can take their time, get set up, wait for their entire team, and then slowly pop their ults in unison.
Pepto, he has his ultimate. He goes in, but he gets eaten by Wumi and slammed and bashed by Ramen. So Pepto is out of the fight. Pele uses his ultimate to try to get anyone in it, but Wumi uses his ultimate too to get Kevin Supreme and kill Tempest right after. Big play from Wumi.
It was a smart hold by UTA there. They have, ult economy is even now, but Yurp Squad really seemed to squander more ults in that fight than UTA did. It was a smart by Wumi and Ramen. Ramen was sort of body blocking Kevin, did not let him get the Guardian Angel to the rest of his team, and knocking him into the Diva Bomb, knocking him out of the fight. And Flaming God with the Riptire, so fingers crossed for another support two-piece.
So you can see Pepto, he switches to the Reaper to try to get up in the tank's face. We can see the Riptire being popped by a Flaming God. He's able to get Bezo in the back line. Looks like he might get resurrected back up pretty soon. So no resurrect will be available for the upcoming fight.
But again, you have a Bezo. Zen with the trans is hands down the most important res you'll make of the game.
Yeah, but it looks like Jax is pushed up really far, and the rest of his team is way back in the hands of Pepto, who's just trying to put a lot of pressure. Oh, the big shot! And a big Transcendence coming in from Pule! He's able to keep the rest of his team alive except for Ramen, who unfortunately got thrown off the map by Tempest. But Jax is there to cause a lot of damage on the front line. Oh, and Pepto getting his ult pretty fast, but it gets eaten mostly. Pole falls, but doesn't matter because he gets taken out right after, and Pele too. Another big hold from UTA.
Tempest finally able to get his ult off and wasn't able to capitalize on it. I feel for you, man.
Oh, that was a little bit of Tempest's fault. He was able to. He got Ramen, but he didn't calculate how far his charge was gonna go when he fell off the map with Ramen. But Jax is pretty close to his ultimate, actually.
We're seeing Kevin just about having their Valk, and Bezo switching to the Ana. Interesting choice.
An Ana. Oh, we can see Pepto just trying to be sneaky back here. And I think Pole knows that he's there. Oh, yeah, he knows. So Pole is just trying to keep Pepto from doing a lot of damage onto the backline. Flaming God with the Riptire is able to get Slimy, who's on the Widowmaker. And Pepto is in the back. Looks like he's gonna get the big kill onto Flaming God. He gets taken out by Pole. What a play! Slimy, he gets resurrected back up, but they'll be without a second support. Slimy, he takes out Pole, and the bomb is dropped to try to force. Oh, and a big shatter coming in from Jax. He's able to get Tempest in it. He gets taken out right after, and the Valkyrie gets popped to keep Slimy alive, but Pele is just caught in the back.
He's just stuck.
And looks like he's gonna get taken out.
Ramen going with him, I guess. 5 seconds left to contest. It's gonna be close.
You can see Pepto, he jumped on to start the overtime clock, but a bomb comes in and takes him out. And Slimy alongside. The rest of the team going in is trying to make a play. Kevin, he falls, and alongside Tempest. The only one left is Bezo and Pele, but none of them were able to get in on the point. So,
just barely unable to get to their Bezo. Seeing again the momentum switching into UTA's favor. They had, sort of the advantage with Flaming God on that Junkrat. He was able to, perch up in that top left sort of little office area, which is right out of sight of where a lot of Widowmakers like to be just opposite where he is on the, the left side of where that, raising and lowering elevator is. And he was just able to just sit up there, chuck a bunch of grenades down, reload, keep chucking grenades, spamming that area, building up his ult, using that Reptire, getting at least a kill every time. He got some 2 pieces, he got a single piece. But even if only person he knocked out was Bezo, that was an efficient use of that ult. If you're knocking out a Zen out of the fight, all you're either knocking out a potential win condition, or knocking out Basio's ability to block a high damage ult, or you're getting the Mercy to not waste but use her res so that she's unable to use that on sort of a more game-changing res like a Reinhardt or a Widowmaker, depending on how your comp is running. And I would say with what with what Yurp squad is running, a res on a Widowmaker is definitely an important pick, because a lot of your DPS is coming from Slimy Serpent.
Yeah, and it looks like Slimy Serpent, he's on the Widowmaker, so he's not gonna have a whole bunch of shots because UTA is going with a pretty fast but tanky comp.
I'm liking the triple tank. We're seeing Matlow's on the Lucio.
Yeah, we don't see much Lucios these days. That makes me happy that Matt is running it. And they're gonna go in with the speed boost, just go right into their face, force them off of the high ground. Except for Bezo. Bezo's still up there, but Tempest, with the big hammer, gets 3 with it, takes out all 3 supports.
Tempest, my boy.
I must reflect upon this.
Oh, when he gets the charge onto Woomy, gets the D-Mech. Oh my god.
And that shut that push down.
Okay, I can see what UTA was doing. It just wasn't.
They ran it into the impenetrable wall of Tempest.
It wasn't unstoppable force meets immovable object.
Yeah.
That's what well, it's more like a fast moving wall, I would say. Looks like they're gonna do it again, actually. Oh, but he has his ultimate, but it gets blocked by Tempest. Only one who was affected by it was Pele. He gets demagged and hopefully taken out right after. Jax is going in, taking out Tempest.
There it is.
Pele and the rest of the team gets taken out. The team kill from the side of UTA. Oh my god!
Interesting decision right here. They're leaving one player on the point. They're gonna push up to the
cap it, but this is pretty smart. They're gonna start this next fight right away. Actually, they're gonna go on a 5v6, so they need to be really careful.
They can't lose anyone right here. It's imperative that they keep their entire team up.
It's also imperative that Yurp squad, they keep all their members up, because they just need 1 tick in order to take this map.
A smart pick by Pepto onto the Pharah.
The Coalescence coming in from Pole, just trying to keep the rest of the tanks alive. Oh, and a big shatter from Tempest!
Tempest!
And he gets the double charge somehow, and kills Pole right after. Big 4-piece from Tempest is able to stop that push.
See, this is why you shut Tempest down midway through his ult, because he will run your team into a wall and sweep them off the ground.
I think Jax, in that scenario, he was too scared, because his shield was taking a lot of damage, and he didn't know if Tempest actually had his ult. If I'm trying to go inside of his mind, but
the mind.
It looks like Pepto trying to have a big play, but doesn't get anything with his Slimy. He gets a kill on the Pole, but it might not even matter as a bomb comes in with the Graviton. Oh, Woomy gets the big double, but Pele gets another double for him. The counter charge from both Reinhardts. This is gonna be the deciding factor, as it's just both Tempest and Jax on the point. But he's gonna force it out. Tempest trying to go in, trying to make a play. Kevin, he pumps the Valkyrie, just trying to keep him alive, but he doesn't get there in time. Pele, he goes in, is trying to cause a lot of pressure onto Jax. Oh, and the sound barrier comes in from Matt, just trying to keep the rest of the players alive on point. Oh, everyone from Yurp squad joining in. Ramen, he pops the rally, just trying to keep his tanks alive. Only ones left on point is Bezo, Pele, and Tempest, but it looks like they're gonna take this advantage, actually. Ramen, he goes in, he might get the kill on the Bezo. Oh, and he gets the double kill on the Pele, and the bomb comes in. Ramen carrying the team on his back. Woo! And UTA wins the 4th map, and it goes to a map 5. Could you ask for anything better?
I am speechless, even more than I was before.
Oh my god.
I mean, this is, again, you let him get his ult off, and it's bad news. Look at this, just in a perfect line.
He didn't even look at them to use it. He was looking at the ground.
He was just boom, 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 knocked him down like bowling pins.
Oh my god. Can we see the reverse sweep from UTA?
We might be witnessing a reverse sweep. I'm not gonna say we are because we've established that it's Caster's curse.
Okay. Shh. No.
Knocking on wood.
Knocking on wood.
Whoo! Whoo! Okay.
Oh my god. Well, looks like we're gonna go into the tiebreaker map.
We are, and if I remember correctly, that
It's
would
Ilios.
be Ilios. Yes.
Big boops.
Oh
You
my
see,
goodness.
UTA, they're not scared to run the Lucio. So
They're not, and it's
yeah.
definitely a pick that worked well for them. That the sound barrier, the boosts, the boops just worked so well with the comp that they've been running. My goodness, it is. Whew, my heart is still racing from the end of that. Just two kills. The 2 kills from Pele from his mech, and then the 2 kills from Mumi with his mech, and then the 2 Reinhardts charging each other. It's like you're watching a Reinhardt and a Diva playing in a mirror. They were just doing everything right after each other and into each other. Huh!
And it really turned tides when Ramen came in. He was able to get a whole bunch of stuns onto the Zenyatta and the D-Mech onto Diva and killing them both in one punch. That was really exciting.
It was, whew. I mean, I feel like we haven't been talking. I mean, we said everything once in a while from Ramen, but Ramen on that Brigida, it's just so much fun to watch. Normally, I don't like watching Brigida players because I totally think that her ability pool is totally balanced and fair. But my goodness, just watching him on that is so exciting.
Yeah, and it looks like Ramen's still going to be on the Brigida, but he might be in trouble as it looks like UTA, not UTA, my bad, Yurp squad is going to be running the dive with the Pharah.
And, I'd be saying that actually UTA is in probably a better position with the, you have a Zen and a Brigida. You throw that Discord orb on whichever tank is diving you more aggressively, and you just have Brigida stop them from either running away or pushing further into your backline.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're going to have a lot of pressure coming in from the sky because Bezo is on the Pharah. And really mobile DPS and tanks. The only immobile one is Zenyatta, so if they can find a way to jump onto that Zenyatta and take him out early. Oh, never mind, they're going to take out Tempest, actually. Oh my god, Slimy somehow falling off the map. And Kevin falling too, so pretty easy take for UTA actually.
Unfortunate drop from that's 2 players from Europe who were a little too well acquainted with the edge there.
Well, they're going to be coming back soon. Ramen, he gets resurrected back up, so they won't have the res for this upcoming fight. So if anyone from the members of Yurp squad is able to get a kill, it's not going to get resurrected back up as fast. It seems Flaming God just trying to find a good angle for this Widowmaker. And they're going to go into the middle health pack, actually. Just trying to look for a place to dive.
Oh!
Oh!
Pele out of his mech early into that.
Flaming God gets taken out by Slimy. Pele without his mech, actually. So this could be a little bit troublesome. He gets taken out by Potle. He was trying to go in and contest the point. Pepto, only one on point trying to contest. Tempest, he gets taken out by Jax. So a little bit of disadvantage for Yurp squad. As Kevin, he falls right after. So Pepto and Slimy, the only one left. Along with Bezo in the sky. Pepto, he gets boomed off the map by Woomy. And Slimy falls right after.
Slimy just punched.
As Bezo tries to escape with his life, barely making it. Oh!
Stand corrected.
Oh, well, they're gonna resurrect him back up, so he'll be there for the upcoming fight.
But again, UTA's got ult economy going into this point. 80% in their favor. The Europe squad's, that's coming down to the wire here.
Looks like they're gonna try to force out some ults. right here on this push. It seems like it. And they're gonna have Bezo coming in, getting the kill on the Pole, but he gets slammed out of that. And a big shatter coming in from Jax. He's able to boop Pepto out of that, but it looks like it might actually help him. A bomb coming in for Pele. He wasn't able to get Pole on it. Slimy falls right after, and Pepto getting the kill onto the D-Mech Lumi. A high noon coming in from Flaming God. Doesn't get anything actually as it gets eaten by Pele, and the Valkyrie comes in for Kevin Supreme as he's just trying to keep his tank alive on point.
Oh, Visa with the boop.
Oh, Bizu with the boop onto Flaming God. Pepto getting the kill onto Matt. So this is turning tides for the side of Yurp squad. It looks like they're gonna pop the rally. Ramen is trying to keep the rest of his team alive, and a big shatter actually. He's able. Oh, but not before Bizo blows out his. Oh, gets the 4-piece onto. Oh my God, Bizo with the 4K.
I was watching the news earlier today, and the weatherman said nothing about justice in the forecast, but Biso does not care.
Not a cloud in the sky, but justice raining down onto the members of UTA. But they were able to get out a lot of ultimates from UTA, who was trying to salvage that point because they only need one. Oh, a stick onto Pole. He's able to pop his transcendence so that he wouldn't die from it. So, but there'll be other transcendence actually. Pele, he gets demeched right after. Kevin just trying to keep him alive. Oh, Tempest! Tempest falls off the map. So this could be big for UTA as they go in, just trying to cause a lot of ruckus on point. They're able to get Pele before he remacks. And Bezo gets taken out. The only one left on point is Pepto. He gets slammed and bashed. Mace to the face from Ramen as they're going to flip the point. And let's see if Tempest can get back in time. But
no.
Oh, he won't. Tempest.
Slow motion falling as the overtime kicked away.
Oh,
I think we have to
UTA.
mention how quickly Biso got that rocket barrage on that push just before he pulled out that 4-piece.
Oh yeah, he used it to start the fight off, and then he used it to finish
Pretty
the
much
fight
to
off.
end
How
the
about
fight,
that? Oh my God, Bizo. Looks like he's gonna put his DPS boots away and go on to the Zenyatta. Actually, never mind. He's still a DPS.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
If Jonak is anything, just because of Jonak, every Zenyatta is just playing him like a DPS.
Hey, I mean, if it works, it works. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, it looks like they're gonna be going with the Widowmakers on both sides, as Ruins is a pretty Widow-friendly map.
Definitely, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of that King's Row. Widow sniping on this point. I'm feeling.
Widow who gets first pick is Widow to win, and it looks like Simey is gonna get that first pick on the Flaming God. So it looks like they're gonna push up on this.
And Pele's not letting Kevin go back to get that res, which is crucial.
And Pepto getting the D-Mech onto Woomy, and Jax going in, just trying to avenge his fallen buddy. But he's caught in a pretty fishy position as he gets taken out right after, so UTA definitely has to fall back.
Slimy just barely missing that shot or missing an opportunity on Flaming God.
You can see Slimy just trying to look for a position to get another key pick for them to secure this fight. He was able to get a lot done, actually. He is 87% of his ult, so that could be huge. As Flaming God, he only has 50%. He's just trying to find an angle to get the kill onto the Mercy, but he wasn't able to get a pick on him. But meanwhile, Pele, he gets the kill onto Jax and Bizo, killing Flaming God in the backline. So I think just the pressure from the Widowmaker is causing UTI to kind of fall apart. As Pepto,
just back and forth.
Pele and Pepto carrying that point, carrying that fight basically.
Playing ping pong with UTA right there.
Hey, I'll take this kill. You take the other kill.
Just going back and
we'll
forth.
Just go back and forth, back and forth. Well, it looks like Flaming God. He's so close to his ultimate. Actually, he's just trying to get the kill onto Slimy in the bushes. Slimy trying to finesse on him. Actually, but he finesses on him back.
Oh, the
Flaming
res
God. He gets the kill on the Slimy, but Slimy gets resurrected back up, so Slimy's gonna have to be careful if he doesn't want to get sniped out again. A bomb coming in from Pele is unable to get anyone actually. And Transcendence coming in from Bizo.
Oh,
I don't know why, but Pepto, he gets the kill onto Ramen, and he gets the kill onto... I didn't see who he also got the kill on, but Flaming God gets the kill on the Pepto, so... this might be the pick they need to go right on in. Pola is gonna pop the Transcendence to get on the point to start the clock. And the bomb comes in trying to keep him off. Oh, but Kevin gets caught in the fire.
he was caught in a charge.
Out. Tempest and Bizo gets taken out right after Pola getting resurrected back up, but it doesn't matter. Because it looks like UTA has won this fight. So only one left is Pepto and Pele, but Pele gets demeched and taken out right after to flip the point.
Again, but you know, Yurp is they're still in a good position. They have what 92% to push UTA off this point. All they have to do is just grab the point from them and then wait out overtime, which is a lot less time than the amount of time that UTA has to hold the point.
Yeah, UTA is a pretty rough spot. They have to hold this whole time, but Flaming God, he gets the kill onto Pepto, and that could be huge. As Tempest goes in, pretty aggressive. He's in without himself, and he gets taken out.
He's there without his off tank.
Yeah, so he gets taken out right after, and Bizo caught out of position. Actually, he'll be taken out pretty soon. Looks like it. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah, but he's not giving them the satisfaction. But Slimy knocking Flaming down. A little late in the fight.
I will not die to your hands. Well, it looks like they're gonna fight without him actually. Like it's still at this choke, just still brawling it out, trying to get some ult charge. It looks like a bomb comes in from Tepto.
Yeah.
Killing Ramen, another bomb coming in from Pele isn't able to get anything actually, but forces everyone off point. Meanwhile, Jax, he gets the charge and the kill onto Tempest, and the big shatter onto Pele also. The bomb gets Kevin. All the ultimates being used. Pele somehow getting a kill onto that, but it doesn't even matter as there's only 2 members left. And Matt killed as he tries to go for the resurrection. Bizo comes in with the Transcendence, trying to keep his tank alive. And Jax going in, just trying to get more damage onto Yurp squad. And a big shatter getting Ramen and Wumi in that. As Jax is in the back and he couldn't do anything. A late Transcendence pop from Potle as Pepto is just going off. He's able to kill everyone on the side of UTA. And they're going to flip the point and hopefully take the map. Not take the map, take the rounds. A third round on Helios. What more can you ask for?
Map 5.3. My goodness.
Winner takes all. This is it. Here we go.
Woo! And especially
Oh
with this point on Ilios, it's Boop Central.
Boop Central right here.
City.
Looks
We're
like
seeing-
Jax is gonna go on to the Orisa. Orisa works better on this map because of the big hole in the center. Reinhardt can't go in really aggressively.
There it is.
Get all of his damage in. So
There it is. UTA's
Orisa.
running the Orisa Hog.
Orisa Hog, there we go. No Lucio. Next need pretty
No Lucio,
sad.
but they do have the Pharah, and her concussion blast just as effective. We're gonna see them probably running a pharmacy throughout this.
We're gonna see the Pharah battle going in from both sides actually.
Oh, jeez.
As both teams have a Pharah Mercy, so both Pharahs can do. Oh! A lot of work, but Slimy, he's doing more work than the Pharah. He takes out Flaming God, so he'll be out of the fight for now.
Yeah,
And it looks like it'll be it looks like it's gonna be a really risky res actually. Flaming God, he's gonna abandon the Pharah idea and go on to Widow, trying to join back with his team. As we can see, Wumi trying to go in for a hook, but doesn't get anything actually. And it's just poke at this point.
Yeah, not many, just other than the Pharah pick earlier, not much.
Oh, Pepto and Slimy popping off right here. They're able to kill out Jax and Flaming God, and Ramen falling right after. So this could be huge for Yurp squad. As they're going in, Jax
Oh no!
with the Fortify, he's able to stop Tempest from charging anyone else. But it doesn't matter. as the rest of his team falls, and they're gonna have to retreat.
You know, it was a decisive push by Yurp. They thought they had Pele with that hook, but didn't account for D.Va's boosters. Gave her the opportunity to dive straight into their backline and just harass the heck out of them.
You can see Pepto, he has his barrage ready actually. He's just trying to look for a place he can use it. But Pele actually in the middle of the enemy team actually. He'll get taken out right after, but it's a distraction! Pepto getting the double kill on the Jackson Flaming God. Pele with his bomb also so he can get his mech back. He kills Boomy in the process. Oh my god.
And now they're pushing them back. They, canceled that push. Flaming off of the Pharah onto the McCree. Still a good map for McCree if he gets on the high ground. That Deadeye can still put, even if it doesn't kill anybody, call them zoning ults, because that's what you say when your ult gets absolutely nobody, but it was intentional.
Well, looks like they're gonna switch from the Orisa to the Reinhardt. And Slimy getting this shot onto Ramen, so that's big. So you can see Jax going in, getting the D-Mech onto Pele. Tempest going in, trying to save him after. 3 kills coming in from the side of UTA. Slimy, he gets a kill on the Pole, so there's that. Pepto, he falls right after, and Bizo, the only alongside Pele. And Pele is just going in, is trying to get the kill on the Mercy. He does. Slimy, doesn't even matter what. They're not even focusing Slimy. What is Slimy doing?
He's in his own world. 90%, 94%. Clock is ticking down.
Oh, and he almost gets the kill onto Pole. And looks like Bizo is going to finish him off, so. He was so close to his Transcendence, so they won't have a Transcendence for that. Bizo uses his own Transcendence, actually. And Pele, he eats all of the ult from the high noon. And it's just a decisive fight from right here.
And
Yurp squad
Pele
with the win in the series to a map 5. Exciting games.
Could not have asked for better Overwatch to watch. Pele with the play of the game. Definitely near the end. Watch that. Nom nom nom. Ain't that straight up.
And he had most of the members of Yurp squad in that too, so that was huge.
Yeah, definitely a game saver for Yurp squad right there. Jeez, some of these stats. 38 eliminations, 58 participation in Pepto's favor. He was on fire that game.
But not as on fire as I would say Slimy, dude.
Yeah,
Slimy, a big players in this.
All around consistently. Didn't see a lot of Slimy earlier in the game, but near the end, my goodness, just headshots left and right, knocking down. That quadruple kill that we didn't get to see replayed on King's Row was, phenomenal.
Well, that's gonna do it for here, I guess. UTA falls 2-3 to Yurp squad.
Yeah, and that'll do it for us here. My name is Bryce T. I've been your color caster. Swan has been your play-by-play, and a special thanks to Carno for producing this match. Tune in for the later for the continuation of OTC playoffs. This has been the Gold Platinum division. I will see y'all